Hello, Aries rising. Welcome to Scopes Unshamed. I'm Britten LaRue, and this is August 2026. I'm noticing my hair is feeling very Leo in this moment, which is right on time. So I'm recording this at the beginning of July, so I haven't fully lived July 2026 yet. But here I am as an Aries rising coming to you, and I know that this has been a big month for you. What it feels like to me this month is bringing this July, the month you just completed, is there's sort of like an emotional undertow that is taking you to the past, but there's like also an over energy, like an outward visible world energy that is taking you forward and into projects, into things that you want to create, things that how you want to show up in ways where it's pretty exciting because you may feel like the way has been clearing where it wasn't visible before. So now we're coming into August. We're coming off this huge full moon that's at the end of July that has a lot of energy around it. It may have been almost like an exhausting full moon because of how much energy was in the collective with that moon. Like you may have even felt like you needed to take a rest from people. And now you're rolling into the end of the summer, the August month, for those in the Northern Hemisphere, summer. So let's look at this particular month. So one of the things that I feel into when I look at August is heat. Um, there's a lot of energy and fire that's talking to each other in this month, and so there's a lot of energetics for creating, for playing, for understanding where you want to put your energy. Like, where do you want to put your energy? Um, and like, what wants to move through you? What wants to be created? What wants to come out of you? And there's a lot of room here for big realizations and new insights, especially because we have an eclipse, two eclipses actually this month. So we're entering eclipse season. And the first one is going to be on August 12th in Leo at 20 degrees of Leo. Mercury and Jupiter will also be in Leo. So Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Jupiter. That's a lot of Leo energy. There's a lot of fire. And for you, this is fifth house of creativity. Like this is what you want to create. This is like what wants to move through you. How does the energy want to flow through you? How does it want to play through you? How can you open that channel? Open that channel to let something pour out and let it feel good. Let it come from a you place. Let it come from a you place, not a should place. The you place of who you are and what wants to move through you, sharing that generously. It's going to come from your heart. It's going to come from your heart. And with the eclipse, what I always think about with eclipses is new sight. Eclipses tend to reveal, especially in the 2 weeks between eclipses. So the 2 weeks would be August 12th to August 28th when we have the next one. I'll talk about the next one in a minute. When we have that 2 week period between eclipses, a lot is getting revealed collectively and personally. And it almost feels like we're in like a rapid time of evolution and development. So that at the end of it, we often feel like we've just like kind of leapt months, years in our timeline around certain topics. We're kind of new people by the end of it. So the reason eclipses have kind of an intense reputation, There are many, but one of them is simply that things can get revealed that were there all along, but we weren't really looking at them. We weren't talking about it. We weren't super conscious. But it's like now that you see it, you can't unsee it. And it can activate that part of you that's like, I have to do something about this. I have to address this. And that's often really like not the move. It's really not the move. I feel that in that second half of the month, really starting with the 12th, but it might kind of begin even earlier. I think it would be a really powerful month to stay soft, as in be available to like get these insights and see what you're being asked to see, but stay soft around your responses. The more that you can kind of keep a space for yourself to listen, to feel into things, to find your inner voice and find your guidance, the more as the more you can protect yourself from the collective energies that often get kicked up with eclipses. I really think that's often one of the hardest things about eclipses is they're such collective events that we can really get pulled into the tides of collective energy. And it can be then really difficult to ground ourselves back home to our own knowing, to our own wisdom, to our own like safe space where we feel connected to the planet Earth and connected to our bodies and connected to those things that anchor us. So, one of the best things that you can give yourself this month is the space to be in your daily habits and practices that protect your energy from everybody else. And really return to this place of like, I don't have to act, I don't have to speak. I until I'm ready. Like, and I'm not going to be ready until I've gone in to listen to myself. I'm not going to do that. So that's some self boundaries, you know, like I feel like eclipses, it's really wise to be prepared to be in high boundary time with yourself to not get pulled into stuff. So that you can stay wise, right? Like maybe this could be a key phrase is stay wise. How do we stay wise? We keep space to listen to ourselves and to prevent reactivity and not act before listening. So that your actions and your choices, and when you do choose to speak, it all comes from a place of having been grounded into your own listening practice. So, whatever does come up, that's what I'm inviting you into. I feel like this choice, there may be a choice that you need to make at some point here related to this time that has to do with yourself. Like a choice for yourself is being made. And so, whatever that is for you, like if we're going to say prophecy, that's my prophecy. This choice for yourself, make it from an anchored place of yourself so that you can like feel really grounded in the choice that you've made when you're ready to take action on it. You don't have to do anything before you feel good about that. In the remainder of the month, you know, things will shift into Virgo, which is such a different energy. Like, whoa. Leo to Virgo is a very big shift. And it often feels very like back to schoolish, you know, just like, okay, now what do I need to put things in order? Like, how's my body feeling? How am I doing? What do I need to like get things organized, like clear the system? Just like we shift into this much more like care in space, care with body kind of energy. And so the second eclipse is going to be here. It's going to be a full moon now. It's going to be a lunar eclipse. It's going to be at 5 degrees of Virgo Pisces. And so this is going to be one of the very last of the Virgo Pisces polarity eclipses. So we've been learning with Virgo Pisces eclipses for a while now. That polarity has been activated by many of the last eclipses. We've already had 5 of them. There's only one more after this. And so what I imagine you are going to be noticing is like the importance of a spiritual life to balance your daily life where you show up like really, really committed to tending to the details. You know, like there's a lot that you're handling. There's a lot that you're dealing with every day. There's a lot that you want to tend to in a day, and you want to do it really, like really skillfully. Aries rising. Am I right? Am I right? But we have limits. We have limits. And this full moon is going to have a square exactly from Uranus in Gemini. So there may be some element of surprise around this full moon that is giving you some information about, or, you may have a realization. You may have a realization or some news or something that comes in that I think is going to be inviting you into the next evolution for you around how to balance all you're trying to do in your day-to-day stuff, all the to-do lists with like what are the limits? And can you be more compassionate with yourself? And does it all have to be done like so skillfully constantly? Like what can you let go? What can you let go? What can you let go? Are you available to let go? And I know that's hard, but I think that, when you let that come through as a heart message rather than a scolding, this may feel just like such a sweet surrender, just like falling into bed, just that feeling of like the end of the day where you're just like, oh my God, it feels so amazing. Like, can you fall into this full moon? Are you available to that? You know? And how can you like bring more of that energy just through all the time? To balance the focus, the focused intensity of all that you tend to in the material world. Yeah, so all of this is a building energy towards the very end of the month. At August 30th, we have the first Jupiter Saturn trine. I think it's the first. I need to double check that. There might be only one, but I think there's three. This first Jupiter Saturn trine, so that's a very helpful aspect between Saturn and Aries to Jupiter and Leo. Saturn and Jupiter working together is like the best thing in the world. It's my favorite thing. It just makes me so happy. So I think this is going to be just so amazing for us. I think we're already living it. I think we're living it all August. I think we're going to be living it for a year. It's just like, wow, the excitement of Saturn in our first house and Jupiter in our fifth house talking to each other. Like, let's get creative, y'all. Let's get creative. Like, yes, this is so exciting. If you like creating and like seeing things through, here we go. Because Jupiter is so expansive and it's like I am available to the, like, I trust. And Saturn's like, all right, let's put form around that. Let's put energy around that. Let's make a ritual around it. Let's make it so that it exists. Let's put it into form. Let's manifest this. So the last year plus, it hasn't felt as aligned between these parts of us. Like it may have been like stops and starts, just like I thought I wanted to do that, but I don't know that I feel the energy around it anymore. Like, where'd the energy go? Like, what? Like a little messier. And this energy is more just like, wow. It's just like I thought about it and then there I made it, like, wow. So, we're building to that all month. So this is like a phase of this. And I think that that's going to be like kind of an overall fun energy, as well as the overall fun energy of Venus being in Libra all month, which is going to add a layer of beauty and sweetness that we're all going to appreciate as we move through eclipses, because eclipses just, they always bring stuff up and it's usually unexpected. So it's kind of like we buckle up, but also can we be available to all the exciting things that are also here? All right. Thank you so much. If you really appreciate my approach, I hope you'll check out my podcast, which is also here in the channel, Moon to Moon. And also, I encourage you to get my book, Living Astrology. It's incredibly beautiful and it's full of wisdom that I'm inviting you to come check out. Thank you so much, Aries Rising. I'll see you in September.